Good morning, kindergarten. Happy Thursday. We have a recorded class today because I am at the doctor's. So I'm sorry I don't get to see you guys live, but I am glad you hopped onto this recording today. So let's just get started, friends. Let's think about our zones this morning. So I can't give you your hand raising tools because we are not here live, but I do want you to take a minute and think about how you are feeling today. You can think in your head, or if you want to share with your grown-up, are you feeling green today and happy? Are you feeling yellow and nervous or worried about something? Are you feeling red and angry today? Or are you feeling blue, which is tired or sick this morning? How are you feeling, friends? All right, well, I hope you are having a good day. If you are feeling yellow, you might need to take some deep breaths and try and calm your body down. Same thing if you're feeling red, those deep breaths can help, or some water, maybe talking with a grown-up. And if you are feeling blue, I hope you get some rest later and get a little bit more energy. Let's go ahead and do our calendar song. If you want to help me sing, you can put up 7 fingers for our 7 days of the week. Here we go. There are 7 days, there are 7 days, there are 7 days in a week. There are 7 days, there are 7 days, there are 7 days in a week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Today's day starts with the sound. It's kind of hard to hear on the microphone. Does anyone know what day it is today? Thursday. Today is Thursday. Our month starts with our N sound. N. November. And what is our date today? What is that number? 13th. And what's our year? 2025. So boys and girls, we would read this date as Thursday, November 13th, 2025. And let's take a look at our pattern. So this month we have red, yellow, orange. Yesterday we had our orange leaf. So what color comes next? Red. Good. And what letters are the pattern this month? What letters is our pattern? A, B, C. Because we have one red, one yellow, and one orange leaf. All right, kindergarten, let's take a look at that very big number down there. How many days have we been in school? 62. We have been in school for 62 days. How do I write the number 62? 6 and 2. Good, for 62 days. We are going to do some counting today. It is Thursday, so instead of counting all the way to 62, we are going to practice counting by tens today. So remember, when we practice counting by tens, I cover up all our numbers except for our tens numbers on the right-hand side here. So we can count by tens all the way to 100. So I'm going to get my pointer tool out, and I would love you to count at home with me today. Here we go, friends. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Good. All right. We are going to jump into some syllables this morning. So when we find how many syllables are in a word, that means we are figuring out how many parts are in our word. And we can do that a couple different ways. We can clap out the parts of our word, or we can put our hand under our chin and count how many times we feel our chin drop when we say a word. And that can help us figure out how many syllables as well. So I am going to give us some words today, and you can pick. You can either use your hands or your chin to figure out how many syllables, all right? So I know I can't hear you because we're not live, but you can still say out loud how many syllables or hold up that many fingers, okay? So here we go, eyes on me in the corner. Our first word is market. How many syllables in market? Market. Two syllables in market. If you were using your hand strategy, you would count how many times you feel your chin drop when we say that word. Market has 2 syllables. All right, eyes on me in the corner. I can't make my picture big, so we have to look in the corner today. How many syllables in the word farm? Farm. 1. Good. Farm has 1 syllable. Farm. All right, eyes on me. Here's our next word. How many syllables in dentist? Dentist. Right, 2. You hopefully got 2 syllables. Dentist. If you were using your hand, it would be like this. Dentist. 2 syllables. All right, eyes on me. How many syllables in the word doctor? Doctor. 2. Good. Doctor has 2 syllables. Doctor. All right, eyes on me. How many syllables in the word store? Store. 1. Store. 1 syllable. Good job. Store. All right, let's try a couple more. How many syllables in the word library? Library. 3. Let's clap it out. Library has 3 syllables. Library. Good. And our last one, boys and girls, eyes on me. How many syllables in the word park? Park. 1. Park. Good job. Park has 1 syllable. All right, friends, let's go ahead and switch our thinking caps to our letters and our sounds next. I have some pictures up on the screen, and I'm going to say what each picture is. I want you to figure out what sound is the same in all of these words. What sound is the same? Here we go. We have carrot, cow, comb. Carrot, cow, comb. What sound is the same in all of these words? It's our k sound, k. And what letter makes our k sound? Do you remember? Letter C. C says k, k. So I have some words next. I am going to say 3 words on my microphone, and I want you to guess what sound is the same in these words, okay? So again, I can't make my face big. I'm in the corner here, so listen carefully. What sound is the same in cat, can, could? Cat, can, could. It's our k sound, k. And what letter says k, k? C. Good. I'm going to write it on our board, friends. C. I would like you to get your finger out and skywrite this letter with me. Ready? Uppercase C and lowercase c. C says K. Listening ears, here is our next group of words. What sound is the same? Map, mud, my. Map, mud, my. It's our sound. Friends, what letter says M? M says I want you to get your finger out and skywrite this letter with me. Ready? Here's our uppercase. M says M says All right, eyes on me. Here is our next group of words. Ready? What sound is the same in inch? It, into. Itch, it, into. It's our I sound. I. Do you remember what letter makes our I sound? I. I. Good, that is our short I sound. I is a vowel. So let's go ahead and skywrite our letter I. Ready? I says I. I says I. Good. Here's our next group of words. Eyes on me. What sound is the same in dog, dish, dip? Dog, dish, dip. It's our D sound. What letter says D? D. Very good, friends. D says D. D says D. Get your finger out. I want you to help me skywrite this letter. Ready? D says D. D says D. Good. And boys and girls, we have one more. So listening ears, what sound do you hear? What sound is the same in this group of words? Ready? Goat, get, go. Goat, get, go. Yeah, it's our G sound, G. And what letter says G? G. G says G. G says G. Let's skywrite it. Get your finger out. Ready? G says G. G says G. Good. All right, my friends. We are going to move on and practice reading some words together next. So I don't have my little magnets today because I can't make my screen big. So we are going to read our letters on the screen. Remember, when we read a word, we're going to make the sound each letter makes and then put it together, okay? So what is our first sound? K. A. N. Put them together a bit faster. K. An. Can. What's our word? Can. Good. Our word is can. And that's one of our sight words too, can. Let's blend out our next word. We're going to make the sounds each letter makes and put it together. What's our first sound? K. A. T. K. At. Cat. What's our word? Cat. Cat. All right, readers, good. Let's practice one more together. What is our first sound? What's our word? Cap. Cap. Good. All right, my friends. I want you to get out your whiteboard so that we can write a word together today. I can't make my screen big with my whiteboard, so I'm going to write on the screen today. So if you want to make a line on your board for our words, you can, but you don't have to. I'm also going to show you in my tiny corner in just a second, okay? So we have our squares on the screen. We're going to tap each square as we sound out our word, and then we're going to write the letter that makes each sound, okay? So eyes on me so you can see our word first. We are going to write the word cap, cap. Like my water bottle has a cap on top, cap. So let's write our word. We're going to pound our fist as we say it. We're going to tap out the sounds we hear and pound our fist as we say it again. And then we're going to write the letters that make those sounds. So let me show you my whiteboard. All right, pound and tap with me. Ready? Cap, k, app, cap. All right, go ahead and write it. All right. What letter makes our k sound? C. What letter makes the a sound? A. And what letter says p? P. Cap. All right, go ahead and get this on your whiteboard. Cap, k, app, cap. My water bottle has a cap on it. All right. If you need more time, friends, you can have your grown-up pause the video. But we're going to go on and move to our next word. So you can erase your whiteboard. We're going to write another word. So if you want to make a line for your word, you can. All right, and here is the word we are going to write. We are going to write the word cat. Can you say that back to me? Cat. Good, like I have a pet cat. Cat. We're going to pound it, tap it, pound it. Here we go. Cat. K, at, cat. Go ahead and write it. We are on a recording, so that's why I'm talking about it a little faster. What letter makes our k sound? K. C. And remember, boys and girls, we're writing in our lowercase letters because we're just writing a word. We're not starting a sentence or writing a name. We're just writing a word. So make sure you're using your lowercase letters. K, a. What letter says a? A. T, t. T. Cat. Cat. My marker's running dry. Let's see if I can fix my letter here. There we go. Go ahead and get this on your board or your paper. Cat. Cat. Good, friends. You can pause the video if you need more time writing that word. But let's erase. We're going to do one more word together. So if you want to make a long line, you can. Put my tiles back out. All right, so the last word we are going to write together is can. Can you say that back to me? Can. Good. Like I am going to make a can of soup for lunch. Can. Let's pound and tap it. Here we go. Can. K. An. Can. What letter makes our k sound? C. Remember, this is our lowercase c. All lowercase letters for our word. What letter says a? A. N. What letter says n? N. K. An. Can. Go ahead and get this on your board or your paper. Can. All right. If you need more time, go ahead and have your learning coach pause the video. But if you are all done, you can erase your whiteboard and sit it down or sit your paper down. We are going to move on, friends, and name some sight words together. So eyes on me. If you're not sure what the word is, you can wait until I read it and then we'll read it together, okay? Here's our first sight word, boys and girls. What's our word? I. What's our next word? Like. What's this word? The. A. We. See. Can. What is this word? To. And. Go. Good job, friends. Let's take a brain break. So go ahead and make sure you can see the screen. We are going to name some numbers together this morning, okay? All right, you can say these out loud even though we're on a recording, all right? What's our first number? 10, 12, 1, 19, 14. All right, if you want to do toe touches, you can stay in your chair or stand up. Here we go. Reach and up. Reach and up. Reach and up. And reach for your toes. And up. Eyes on me. What's our next number? 5. Number 20. Number 6. Number 3. Number 19. All right, let's do stretches. Go ahead and choose an arm to start with. Reach and up. Reach and up. Reach and up. And one more reach, and up. What is our next number? 4, number 11, number 15, number 12, number 14, number 7. If you want to balance on one foot, go ahead and stand up. You can choose your right leg or your left leg. I'm going to count to 5 while you balance. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, we have just a few numbers left. What is this one? 2, number 13, number 16, number 0, number 11, and number 18. I don't have a picture for jumping jacks. We'll do jumping jacks. If you want to do jumping jacks, you can stand up or just move your arms. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, kindergarten, let's go ahead and take our belly breath. So sit down, put your hands on your belly. We're going to inhale in and exhale. Okay. We are going to look at some sentences next this morning. And there are a couple things that we keep in mind when we are writing a sentence. The first thing is we always start our sentence with what kind of letter? Do we start with an uppercase or a lowercase letter? Do you remember? We always start our sentence with an uppercase letter or a capital letter. Uppercase and capital letters are the same thing. Now we see a mountain here because it is reminding us to start with an uppercase letter. And then at the end of our sentences, what do we need to have at the end to show our sentence is done? We need to have a punctuation mark. A punctuation mark. And these marks here on the side, these are the different types of punctuation marks. Do you remember what our dot is called? This is a period. What is this mark called? This is an exclamation point. So you would use this if you're writing a sentence that is very exciting or when someone is shouting. You would use an exclamation point. And what is this mark called? Does anyone know? This one is a question mark. So you would use this if you're writing a question. But you always need a type of punctuation mark at the end to show that your sentence is done. So we have a few sentences today. We're going to double check that we have those two things. That our sentence starts with an uppercase letter and ends with a punctuation mark. So here is our first sentence, boys and girls. It says, can Nan see the cap? Can Nan see the cap? So let's check. Does it start with an uppercase C? What do you think? Yeah, so I see an uppercase C. Does it end with a punctuation mark? No, I don't see anything. So what kind of mark should I put here? Remember, I'm going to write it down at the bottom, the different types. We have a period if you're just saying something, an exclamation point if it's an exciting sentence, and a question mark if you're asking a question. So remember, the sentence said, can Nan see the cap? So is that a question? I think it is too. So let's do what kind of mark? The question mark. Can Nan see the cap? And now our sentence starts with an uppercase and ends with our punctuation mark. All right, here's our next one. This sentence says, the cat is on the mat. The cat is on the mat. Does our sentence start with an uppercase letter? Yeah, it does. Does it end with a punctuation mark? No. Which one do we need? Do we need the period, exclamation point, or the question mark? We can put the period here. The cat is on the mat. Now, look at this word here. Uh-oh. Should that M be uppercase? No. Remember, the only letter that needs to be uppercase is the first letter in a sentence, and if you're naming a person or a place. But this is just the word mat. It does not need to be uppercase, so let's make that a lowercase m. We'll fix it right on top there. The cat is on the mat. All right, and our last sentence says, get my pointer out. We can sit with the cat. We can sit with the cat. Does it start with an uppercase letter? I don't think so. That looks like a lowercase w to me. So let's fix it. We want to start with an uppercase W. We can sit with the cat. Does it end with a punctuation mark? Yeah. So it looks like this sentence is good to go. All right, friends, I want you to switch your thinking caps to our reading. We have a book that we have been practicing this week that we are going to read today. So here are the words that we have in our book this week. I want you to read these with me at home, even though it's a recording, okay? We're going to read them together. Here we go. We are going to see the words Cam, Nan, Pat, cat, sit, and this one's kind of tricky, so it has a picture to go with it. Book. Book. Good, and then we're going to take our sight words one word at a time, so I'm going to have you guess before I read it. What is the sight word? Here we go, boys and girls. What's our first word? We, the, can, and, I, go, to, see. Good. So let's practice reading our book today. Friends, can you tell me what is the title of our story? I'm going to put a circle around it. I want you to read it at home. What is our title? We go to see Nan. And where was Nan at? Do you remember? She's at the bookstore. So they are going to go visit her at the bookstore. I am going to flip my pointer around here so it's easier to see. So when we read, we have our sight words underlined in red, and our other words we can sound out and then blend together to figure them out, okay? So I want you to read with me on your, well, you can't use your microphone because we're not here live, but I want you to read with me at home, okay? So here we go. K, am, cam, and I go 2, C, N, A, N, Nan. Cam and I go to see Nan. All right, let's turn our page. We're going to start reading on the left side of our page. Let's turn our pointer around. Here we go. Am, cam, can, at, pat, the, at, cat. Cam can pat the cat. We can see the book. We can see the book. Let's turn our page. Get my pointer out. Here we go. Am, cam, can, go, and it, sit. The, at, cat, and I, go, and it, sit. Good. And that is the end. It was a quick reader today. So where did they go again in this story? Do you remember? The bookshop. Yeah, and I loved how they had a cat in their bookshop too. I think that's pretty special. So friends, here is your exit ticket today. Was just a few minutes early because we have a recording, so I couldn't have anyone here to help me today. But here is what you are going to practice in Class Kick. You are going to use your microphone to practice making letter sounds for 1 minute. And then you're going to use your microphone to practice reading We Go to See Nan. So remember, your sight words are underlined in red, and you're going to use those blending skills to sound out the other words, okay? So if you need your grown-up to help you, they can, but I really want you to try this on your own because you have some good strategies to help you read, okay? So your grown-up can help you get to Class Kick. You have your link in the email that you got this recording in. So go ahead and get started on that. And friends, I will see you on Monday. Goodbye, friends. Thank you.